Hello, my name is Gabriela Angelina Bernal Ibanez. I'm 18 years old and I am from Toluca in Mexico. If I could define the exchange experience in one word, it would be empowering. First of all, I learned to be a leader and new ways to be multicultural. Having friends from different cultural backgrounds and different knowledge was totally a challenge. Nevertheless, at the end of the experience, we ended up being more than friends, we ended up being a family. We also learned to innovate. During the space camp, we received a lot of information and knowledge from different science branches regarding physics, maths, chemistry, and even graphic design. And the challenge was to gather all this information to extrapolate and create new ideas that could not only create a rocket or a spacesuit, but to create a family that could work together and pass all the challenges. And finally, I also learned to communicate in different ways. Even though all of us spoke English, it could get a little bit tricky sometimes, and it was difficult to share certain ideas. That's why we record to another type of sources such as mimics, words, different words or mimics to communicate ourselves. And that's a totally new thing that I learned from this exchange program. And finally, I will walk you through one of my favorite and kind of weird days that I had in the Space and Rocket Center, in which we were attending space camp in the Advanced Space Academy. We wake up at about 7:30 a.m. We had about 20 minutes to get ready, and then we had about other 20 minutes to take breakfast. It was kind of fast and quite intense. And then we had to attend the lecture. Some of the lectures we had to attend were regarding space design, were about space policies, also regarding spacesuits, and even astronomy, kind of a little bit of physics. And then we have to attend a mission in which we were kind of emulating the International Space Station. And it was a really funny and interesting day because in the training I had basically no problem during the mission, but after that, in the real mission, we were facing a lot of anomalies and I didn't know in a certain point how to make it. We just had to press buttons and hoping everything was going to be okay. And sometimes it's a little bit strange and weird to listen that. But sometimes, even though you get trained for years or even decades to make a specific task, at the end, anomalies and external conditions make you innovate and come up with ideas in the moment, in many moments that you were not trained for at all. So that's one of my most powerful, most meaningful days for me in the space camp, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. Thanks to everyone, and thanks to UNVIE and the US State Department program.
Hi, I'm Carlos Resendiz and I come from Mexico City. A fun fact about me is that I prefer quesadillas without the cheese. If I had to sum up all this experience in just one word, it would be learning, since I learned so much about space, as well as the technology and science behind all the achievements that humanity has made in this area. I also learned a lot from the international friends that I made along the way. I was able to hear their perspectives about specific topics and the way in which they perceive the world, and I was able to share mine as well. Finally, I also learned so much about myself. I realized that I was able to do things that previously I didn't know I was capable of. Moreover, I got to know myself in a deeper way and understand how I feel and react to certain situations. The whole experience was incredible. However, one day has a special place in my heart. It was during the Advanced Space Academy, and we were all excited about the mission that we were going to have that day. It was the EDM mission, which is a 3-hour simulation of a shuttle and ISS mission where everyone had a specific position or role to play. And in this case, I was ISS commander for the first half of the mission and commander of the shuttle in the second half. It was awesome how everyone took this as seriously as possible, and we were all performing our tasks, doing checklists, and solving anomalies as one team. Of course, there were many challenges in this mission. However, I feel proud that as a commander, I was able to lead the team in the right direction, taking some difficult decisions and thinking out of the box to solve problems. If I had to choose what my biggest takeaway from this experience is I would undoubtedly say that it is the people that I was able to meet. Here, I'm talking about the experts, the teachers, and everyone who made this experience possible and that were with us all the time. However, the people who I am more grateful for meeting are the other students who took part in this exchange. The same people that now I'm pleased to call friends. Now I'm ready for the next adventure. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bennett Nasabashi Lopez. I'm from Morelia, Mexico. And a fun fact about me is that I love phrases. I think they're the best way to encapsulate great and deep meanings into a single phrase of words that can signify a whole variety of things depending on how a person perceives them. So, in one word, I would like to describe how this exchange program meant to me. And I would say it would be speechless. Speechless, why? Well, first of all, it far exceeded my expectations, which were originally very high to begin with. This program was amazing and excellent in every way imaginable, and it was all thanks to UNVIE, UH, US State Department, and all the people who helped organize it. And I think that's the word I would use to describe it. This experience taught me a great deal of things. Uh, Mainly in two different aspects. The first one would be that it taught me the implications that arise when looking into space exploration. That means the engineering, technological, mathematical challenges that one must face when pursuing or when trying to challenge this aspect of space exploration. But not also that, also the economical implications, the political implications as well regarding the policies that need to be put in place when dealing with the unknown, which in this case is space exploration. Those were the technical aspects that I learned from this experience that I think were very important. Other than that, the way I interacted with this program, which was with 25 other students from 6 different countries, was amazing because we all came from countries with different cultural background, different languages, different everything really, but with one same passion: the passion for science, the passion for STEM, the passion for space exploration. And I think this is what united us, what allowed us to make many connections, and which allowed me to learn the importance of really making connections with people with different perspectives. By seeing different perspectives, one can approach a problem in many different ways, and I thought this was a really important aspect to learn, and I'm very happy I got to experience this. So, if I had to walk you through one of my favorite days during this exchange, I would say every day was my favorite. I wouldn't really have a specific one. Maybe I would say the my favorite day would be the last one. Why in this matter? I would say apart from the emotional aspect of saying goodbye to everyone, all the friendships we made, I think this day allowed us to really encapsulate and close in on the objective of the program, on its effect on us, short term and long term, because during the last day we really got to see everything we had learned from the entire program, all the technical aspects, all the relational aspects with everyone who participated, and I think it really inspired us this last day in terms of, okay, this experience was very impactful towards each of us during the entire 2 weeks, and then this experience will inspire us, and it did during that last day. It inspired all of us not only to succeed in our careers and to pursue our career objectives, but also to pursue our objectives in life in a general aspect. And I think this was one of my favorite days because uh, everything we learned was encapsulated into one day and into what would become of us in the future. If I had to choose the biggest takeaway from this experience, what would I think it would be? I think it would be the friendships we made, the friendships, connections, the relationships we managed to make between each other. Because even though we're from different parts of the world, we're all interested in very similar areas. And I think when it comes to really pursuing, for example, any career in this example, a STEM career, I think connections are one of the most important things you can make, because of the perspectives you can gain, because of the insight you can be given by others, the knowledge you can acquire. And I think learning from 25 people from different countries around the world was absolutely amazing. And it has definitely changed my perspective on how I want to pursue my goals in the future. And I think that would be the biggest takeaway from this experience. I think I would very much like to end this video by saying a phrase, which is ad astra per aspera, which is Latin for through adversity to the stars, which I think is a great way to end this experience and this program.
Hello, my name is Christopher Ortiz Maldonado, and I'm from Nogales, Sonora, Mexico. If I had to describe the UNVIE Youth Space Camp Exchange Program, I would say collaboration. Because through this incredible experience, I got to confirm that no matter our origins, actually, embracing each of our cultures, we can work together. And with it, in such a short time, we were able to build a great family, despite being from 3 different continents. So I found that very amazing. And we learned a lot of things about space exploration together. That is why one of my favorite days, because all of them were my favorite actually, was the last one. Because since the morning, we got to visit the NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C. Then, while we were walking, we also learned about the historic places. Once we were in the George Washington University, we got to meet 4 amazing people so involved and so experienced in space exploration diplomacy. 2 of them worked for NASA. One of them was in charge of the NASA Artemis Accords for more countries to sign it. And I also found that mind-blowing, because as we know, the Artemis Accords seeks for the first woman and the first person of color to step on the moon. And seeing also 3 continents learning about that was so inspiring. And I have no words to describe that experience. And also about the United Nations of Outer Space Affairs. After that, we also visited the US Department of State, where we got to meet also the person who is in charge of the US Department of State alumni, and also from international organizations and the Bureau of Science exploration, and just things that are very amazing and that help to build this as the most important experience in my life so far. In the night, in that same day, there was the closing ceremony, and when we were so sentimental, and we got to definitely make firm relationships that will last forever, and I'm sure that in a short time they will all be impacting our world in a very positive way. So that is my biggest takeaway, the friend relationships that I've made, and actually everything. To the US Mission to International Organizations in Vienna for sponsoring this program, and also to the University of Alabama in Huntsville for getting to organize everything, and it was a lot, I know. And also to the US Embassy in Mexico. Thank you for everything. Good one.
Hello, my name is Emilio Villaseñor Ceseña. I am from León, Guanajuato in Mexico. A fun fact about me is that I am ambidextrous, which means I use both hands for different tasks. For example, I generally use my left hand for more precise stuff such as writing, while I use more my right hand for stuff that needs more force, such as carrying weights and stuff like that. Um, if I had to describe what this program meant for me in one word, uh, I mean, I could use like it meant everything, but it's very vague. So I think it would be knowledge of physics, chemistry, aerospace, astronomy, aeronautics, aerodynamics, thermodynamics, almost everything from science, actually, biology even. But also, the knowledge that I acquired was of other cultures and people from all around the world. I got to learn about people from Vietnam, Indonesia, Nigeria, Rwanda, and Brazil. And all of that, it's really amazing how different the cultures are, yet the people are still so similar. They were all super nice, they were super friendly, all funny, all charismatic, and most of all, they were all very intelligent. And the amazing part for me is that all of those people from all of those different countries got together under one single idea, motivation, which is space exploration. And I really like that. I like that people from all around the world can get together to improve humanity. I really like that. One of my favorite days, I mean, all of them were pretty great. This is really an amazing experience that was. But I think my favorite day would have probably been the second day at space camp. So what happened, if I remember correctly, is we woke up and we went over to the aviation part of space camp. We had a tour to watch all the planes and stuff like that, and we had a flight sim, a very realistic flight sim, which was pretty neat actually. I like planes, but not that much. But what was really exciting about that is that my father used to be a pilot. He unfortunately got hurt on the back and cannot fly the plane anymore. But I mean, both of us were really excited because I got to fly a plane. So yeah, that was pretty neat. And also, on the same day, we went over to I believe it was called the Saturn V Hall. It's a museum about the whole history of space exploration. They had various models and real devices that were used by NASA in the space race, and it was pretty cool to see all of those devices in one single place. We got to see a whole Saturn V rocket segmented, and it was pretty cool to see it actually. And the coolest part about that day actually, what I liked the most was that I got to be a pilot on a space shuttle. That was pretty exciting, pretty neat. I mean, pilot isn't exactly the one that pilots the ship, but I got to be practically in a simulation on a space shuttle launch. It was really cool. I was really excited. I was like a kid in a candy shop. I mean, looking at all of those switches and I had to press. It was pretty stressful as well, but we got through it, and I mean, I'm glad I wasn't stressed actually, because that means I put in the effort, I think. So that was one of the most, if not the most exciting day for me in all of this space camp. My biggest takeaway from this experience, well, I already said it. I am surprised, motivated, and inspired at seeing all of my partners and peers, companions at UNVIE Space Youth Exchange Program work together so passionately and so excited at space exploration. Like seeing all of those people from different parts of the country of the world, get together and work towards the same goal, which is space exploration, got me pretty inspired, because that is one step towards humankind being together, and that is pretty exciting for me. So I think that's the biggest takeaway from this experience, that humanity can get together and to make one goal possible. So yeah, all of those experiences with all of the other people from all the other countries, and what they shared with me, their inspiration, their knowledge, their excitement, I take all of that. That's the biggest takeaway from all of this. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jimena Ramirez Muciño, and I'm from Mexico City. A fun fact about me, I know it sounds a bit strange, but I love art so much that I have a diploma in 18th century opera from Harvard University. If I had to describe in one single word what it was like for me to attend the program, I would say knowledge, since I managed to learn engineering, physics, mathematics, and even law. But I think that one of the most valuable knowledge that I take with me is that kind of knowledge that you cannot find in books or the internet, and it is gained from meeting people, learning from different cultures, and enriching yourself with ideas of others. This experience allowed me to learn a little bit of everything, as I mentioned before, since it was not only the science, but also the skills that will stay with me forever, such as the importance of teamwork, perseverance, and above all, union. This brings me to one of my favorite days of the exchange, when we managed to successfully complete our 3-hour mission to Mars. From the first minute, although I feel stressed and nervous, there was also a certain sense of calm in me, because I knew that I have my team made up of the most intelligent and kind people I have had the opportunity to meet. The mission can always get a bit complicated, but that's when all those skills materialize, and one of my favorite phrases makes sense. Teamwork makes the dream work. All this experience for me was incredible, and without a doubt, the most valuable thing that I take with me from this program is a family made up of 26 people from Rwanda, Nigeria, Brazil, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Mexico, which day by day taught me new things, made me laugh, and showed me that science is a universal language that unites entire nations. Because as Isaac Asimov said, science knows no country, because knowledge belongs to humanity and is the torch which illuminates the world.